Hello, Jonasra and everyone.
Hello, Ha.
Hello.
So let's see if Achan's here. Are you here, Achan? สวัสดีค่ะท่านอาจารย์
สวัสดีครับ
ท่านอาจารย์ค่ะ
Sabadika, Achan, Anachan, and everyone.
Vâng, buổi pháp đàm hôm nay có bạn Hà Triệu Hà đăng ký hỏi, không biết là Hà đã ở đó chưa nhỉ?
Dạ vâng, em ở đây rồi chị Tâm ơi.
Ok, hello em. Em có thể nói bằng tiếng Việt trước, xong em nói bằng tiếng Anh nhé.
Dạ vâng ạ.
Chị giới thiệu. So, Miss Ha from Hanoi has a question. So she will first speak in Vietnamese and then in English. Mời em.
Con xin chào bà Achan, ông bà John Sarah. Hôm nay con rất là hoan hỉ được tham dự pháp đàm với mọi người. Bình thường thì con phải làm việc vào chủ nhật nên là con không tham gia online được, nên là con nghe lại sau đó. Nhưng mà hôm nay thì con được nghỉ nên là con rất vui vì con được tham gia với mọi người. Thì tiện đây con có một câu hỏi, con xin phép được ông bà giảng cho con ạ. Con nghe nói là nếu như mà ai đó mà làm một cái việc tốt cho mình, tức là khi mình nhận một cái việc tốt từ ai đó, ví dụ như là một cái sự giúp đỡ hoặc là một cái thứ vật chất gì đó, mà tại cái thời điểm đó mình phát nguyện là cầu mong cho tất cả mọi người, tất cả chúng sinh đều được may mắn như mình, thì cả bản thân người cho và người nhận đều nhận được cái quả rất là tốt, có thể gọi là vô lượng công đức. Thì con không hiểu là cái quan điểm như vậy có đúng không ạ? Em nói tiếng Anh đúng không ạ? Hi, Tham, Achan, John, and Sarah. I'm so happy to attend the online discussion today. Since I have to work on Sunday, so I have to listen to the discussion afterwards. But today I have a Sunday off, so I can join with you, and I'm so happy to raise a question. There is an idea that suppose when you receive something good from a person, for example, is to help, support, or a material thing, and at that moment you wish that everybody can be as lucky as you are, then both the giver and the receiver can get back a very good result. So is it true?
We have to consider each cheetah, because when making the offering or when receiving the offering, like in this case, so many cheetahs, moments of kindness, moments of appreciation, so many moments of attachment, if they're wishing for others to be so fortunate, kusala or akusala, it depends. Like if we wish our family or good friends to be lucky, what about the attachment also? And when we think, oh, now there will be a good result for both the giver and the receiver, is it understanding? Is it generosity, or is it attachment? Without understanding and awareness, nothing is known at all. We just speculate or hope that it will be a good result for the giver and receiver. But actually, we don't know, because no understanding now, even now, like now. Kusala or akusala, is there sharing with kindness, or is there attachment with pleasant feeling? Is there listening with a wish for good result, or just listening because one understands the benefit of understanding? So many different dharmas involved. Usually we just speculate about the situation and think, oh, because we are wishing for others to be so fortunate, and we're so happy. It must be good results for the giver and for ourselves. But this is just wishful thinking. So we have to consider each reality as it is, with no expectation, no wishing for results, because wishing for results just leads to more wishing for results, more lova. So giving just for the sake of giving, because we understand the benefit of helping the others, sharing with the others, when receiving, appreciating the others' kindness and goodness, and when sharing with others, considering their well-being, how it can be helpful for the others, but no need to think about the results or the return.
Yes, that's a good question you've raised, because I think a lot of people will be interested to discuss this further. And of course, the rule is, the law is, the reality is that kusala brings kusala vipaka. Kusala deeds of a certain strength will be a condition for kusala result in the future at some time. Now, so the question is, at any situation, whether what is being done is kusala or not. And this is where it gets difficult, because it cannot be said that every giving involves kusala, because people can give for a bad reason, with a hidden motive, for example. And similarly, when we think of other people and wish for their well-being, if it's being done just in the belief that this is a kusala way to think, then it won't be kusala, because it's a ritual. It's like reciting a mantra, or just reciting some of the text of the teachings in the belief that it must be kusala. So, is there kusala in our daily life now? Yes, there can be from time to time. Do we know those moments of kusala as and when they occur? Probably not. So it's better, I think, to consider consider which moments in one's daily life might be kusala or agusala, because that is the beginning of having a better appreciation of which moments are kusala, which are agusala. Otherwise, it's not possible to say whether in a given situation the thinking or the doing is kusala. Thank you.
Thank you, John and Sarah. But is it considered the mind of that time to be metta, and the one who wish everybody can be as lucky as him is generous? So yeah,
Is that a wish that occurs naturally, spontaneously, or is that as a wish that one has cultivated because it's said to be a kusala wish?
Wait. Then I don't know about the other people's mind, so I don't know if the naturally or on purpose.
What about now? Is there metta now? Is there kindness, consideration for the others now? Being friendly, wishing the others well? If there's no understanding of the reality now, if there's no understanding whether it's metta or attachment now, when we smile and we're friendly, how can we know about the other time or the other situation? And even if there is metta now, is it my metta or the other person's metta? Or is it just a Dhamma that arises at the moment of showing kindness, helping the others, wishing the others well, and falls away instantly? Does it belong to me or you? Or is it just a passing Dhamma to be understood when it appears and then gone? As soon as there's clinging to that friendly state, wishing to have more of that friendly state because we think it will bring good results, it's not metta at all. So metta can be followed by clinging so quickly, one moment, genuinely showing kindness, wishing the others well, next moment clinging to that pleasant state or clinging because it's one's friend or the others that one would like to be happy. So the test has to be at this moment, understanding now. And if one would like so much to work out now whether it's kusala or akusala, it's more clinging again. So the Dhamma is very subtle. Otherwise, one clings to a certain situation, thinking like Jonathan suggested, that when we receive a gift, we automatically wish others well and wish others to share the benefit or be so lucky. But what about the understanding? What about the understanding of the Dhamma now? What appears now? What about the seeing now or the hearing now? Otherwise, there's just thinking about the special situation and clinging and wishing to have more good results for oneself and others, but not understanding the Dhamma at this moment. And I'd just like to say I'm very glad that you're able to join today, Miss Ha, and ask your questions. And perhaps Ajahn would like to add more as well.
Câu hỏi cho Hà đấy Hà.
Dạ vâng ạ. Vâng. Dạ đối với cả cái câu đối với cả cái tình huống này thì con có nảy sinh cái thắc mắc, tức là cái thứ nhất ý ạ, là cái đó thì nó mới chỉ là một cái ý muốn, một cái mong cầu, một cái ý nghĩ, thì làm sao nó có cái năng lực để nó cho quả được. Cái thứ hai là cái đó nó là mong muốn từ cái suy nghĩ của một người, nhưng mà tại sao nó lại cho quả sang cả cho người khác nữa, thì cái đó là cái mà con đang, tức là con đang cảm thấy là nó chưa được logic lắm, nên là con thắc mắc. Em nói tiếng Anh luôn được không ạ? Dạ. Yeah, in this case, I have two things I'm wondering about. The first one is it's just a wish, it's just a will from someone, so it is not strong enough to lead to the vipaka. And the second one is the wish comes from a person's mind, then why can it lead to the vipaka for both the giver and the receiver? I cannot.
So, is there anything which can be known now? Because it's there. That's why it can be known. What is not there cannot be known. But what is there right now? Can it be known?
Câu hỏi cho em ạ.
Cho em ạ. Dạ vâng ạ.
Vâng.
Hiện tại bây giờ thì con có thể kinh nghiệm được mọi thứ qua các cái giác quan, qua ngũ môn ạ. Yes, now that is just now I just can experience the things around through the five doors.
One doorway at a time, isn't it? And one moment at a time too, isn't it?
Dạ vâng ạ. Yes.
So what is there right now, one by one, not to forget the truth of it, which can develop little by little to show up as there is more and more understanding of the truth of it. It can be known. Otherwise, we just talk about that which cannot be known right now. So how can there be the understanding of what is there right now, to be known little by little, as it is? Otherwise, it is not the understanding at all of what is there as it is. That's why listen to the truth of each reality right now appearing, to understand the truth little by little, to begin to understand what Buddha said about Dhamma. No one, no thing, only reality. Before it arises, it's not there, but it's now there. It means that it has arisen by conditions, but no one knows at all, because as soon as it arises, it's gone. See, now everything just appear and disappear unknowingly. Is that true? Begin to understand each moment as not permanent one or thing at all. It's just there, when it's there and gone instantly. Is that true? When will it show up as it is to be known that in truth each moment is just like that? No one can make it arise, but it's there already by conditions. Would you like to see that it can be experienced of its nature as it is? Not I, not anyone, or anything at all. It's just a moment of that which is there, as it is, not as anything at all. Is that true? Begin to live with understanding of the truth. Otherwise, it just lives without any understanding at all from birth to death. Is it precious to have the understanding of the truth of this moment? Little by little, never change. What is there is conditioned. It's there already, but the moment it arises and falls away, does not show up. But without arising and falling away, how can there be what is now taken for something and someone all the time? Someone might not like to understand this at all. They just want to live with pleasant feeling, expecting for such and such events, and die. Unknowingly, when will be moment of death? It can be right now. But before that, the whole life, without any understanding, or begin to hear about the truth, to begin to understand life is so short, shorter than anyone can imagine, just arises and falls away instantly, without any understanding of the truth at all, that actually there's not I, but when there is a moment of I do something, is it right? Where's the I doing something? Each moment, each reality, arising and falling away, endlessly, as long as there are conditions for whatever arises, it arises. Now it's there. Before it arises, it's not there. But when it's there, it has a reason, and then gone instantly. Understanding does not hurt anyone at all. It begins to be brave to realize the truth. Life is nothing, only that which just conditioned to arise and then gone, never to arise again. Can there be a little more understanding of what has been taken for I of something all the time, that in truth is not as it is, but it does not appear as it is, but it can be known little by little when it's there, as it is. Is that what we are going to listen and consider more and more to understand the truth of life? Because death can be any moment, and the whole life just live without any understanding of the truth, or begin to understand what is life. Is it permanent or not permanent? And what is meant by not permanent or impermanency beyond imagination just arises and falls away instantly in split seconds, on and on and on, unknown. But it can be known to understand the truth, what is wholesome and what is unwholesome, what is the cause and what is the result, even right now. What is the cause and what is the result? It can be known. To let go the idea of something permanent, I and things in life. In truth, none at all. Just arise and falls away, never to arise again. Is it worthwhile to hear, to begin to understand life and people as in truth they are different realities, arising and falling away?
And in truth, Miss Ha, is there anyone who can experience anything through the five senses?
Dạ không ạ. No.
Because moments of seeing, moments of hearing, they just arise by conditions. It's not my experience or the other's experience. And the same at moments of giving. It's not I or the other that gives. And for the receiver, it's not I or the other that receives. Actually, life just consists of different dhammas that arise and fall away. So the purpose of listening and considering the Buddha's teachings is to understand no self to be found, no I to have experiences, no I to receive the results of generosity, no others in truth, just different dhammas arising and falling away by different conditions. This is the way that gradually there is a letting go of the burden of taking everything for I, the other, the others, things here, things there. So this is why Ajahn stressed about this moment, what can be understood now, because otherwise we speculate about different situations, what will happen when we get the results, and then we share with others and this, and we just live in a dream, but forget about the understanding at this moment. So what can be understood right now? Is there metta now? Is there seeing now? Is there hearing now? Is there doubt now? Confusion? These are just different dhammas that don't belong to me or you, but the understanding can begin to develop now. Because if there's no understanding of what life is now, it's impossible to understand about other situations, what happened in the past or what will happen when I share the benefits of the gift and so on. Only this moment, the reality now, can be understood. Sometimes we were discussing in another discussion yesterday, when we read and listen on our own, it seems quite clear. We can say, oh yes, there are just dhammas and they're anatta. But when we discuss and are asked questions, it's not as clear as we think it is. So this is why Ajahn was asking you questions. What about now? What can be known now? Is it really I that can experience anything through any sense?
And and I have another question or comment on your original question. You said, does everyone benefit from the wholesome thoughts of wishing everyone is as lucky as you are? Does it bring good results for everyone? Well, one person's kusala cannot bring results for another person. If there is kusala, it can bring results only for the individual or the stream of consciousness that in which the kusala was performed. So let's be clear about that. So the recipient's kusala can only bring result for the recipient, and the giver's kusala can only bring result for the giver. Is that clear? Thanks.
Dạ con cảm ơn bác John ạ, con cũng rõ hơn chút dạ. Thank you very much. I got to know a little bit more, but I need to think about it again and again, because I still have a lot of ignorance. So thank you very
Well,
much.
yes, we all have that problem, but just consider Ajahn's question to you, which was, do we want to talk about something? Do we want to know something? Or do we want to understand? Which is more worthwhile? Talking about it, knowing, or understanding? And that's the question Ajahn posed for you. So that's another thing to reflect on when you're thinking about this discussion. Thank you.
And what would we like to understand? What would we like to know? Would we like to understand what will happen when we receive a gift and think of the others? Or would we like to understand more about life at this moment? Because there is only life at this moment. So would we like to understand the truth at this moment that the Buddha taught, or work out in our mind all kinds of details about different situations? And the understanding now accumulates. It builds in strength, just like the attachment now accumulates and leads to more and more attachment. The kindness now accumulates conditions, more kindness, but none of it belongs to me or to anyone else. The good deeds now, or the understanding now, bring results when it's time, but the just wishing for this or that, or for others, wishing can just be just condition more wishing.
Yeah, thank you, Achan. Sorry, thank you, Sarah.
Many points to consider.
Em nghĩ
Is
như
there,
thế nào? Yes, go on, Sarah.
I was going to say, is there any wishing now? Wishing for anything now?
Dạ hiện tại thì con không ạ. Đây là có một cái quan điểm như thế nên là con muốn tò mò xem là điều đó có đúng hay không thì con hỏi thôi, chứ còn hiện tại thì con không có mong cầu gì ạ. Yeah, I have no wish at the moment. It's just an idea. So I am so curious about if it is true. So I asked about it, but I have no wish now.
So if there's no wishing now, then it can't be understood. If there's wishing now, there can be a little understanding whether it's wishing with loba, just wanting the others to be happy, or whether it's true kindness and generosity. But if it's not now, it can't be known. And it's just for a moment and then gone.
Và về 3 câu hỏi của Achan và cũng như là các cái điểm mà các vị thầy đã giải thích cho em có suy nghĩ nào muốn chia sẻ không? Hay là muốn bày tỏ hay là muốn hỏi thêm cho rõ không?
Em muốn hỏi thêm một chút, lúc mà bác John có nói là bác nói là vô ngã nhưng mà có cái dòng tâm, tức là khi mà làm một cái việc thiện ấy thì tức là cái bản thân là cái người ta làm việc thiện thì là người ta sẽ được quả tốt chứ không phải là người nhận. Nhưng mà vấn đề là ở đây thì em đang tức là cái câu chuyện ở đây ấy, thì tức là khi mà một cái người cho đi, nếu mà người ta chỉ cho đi, người ta giúp đỡ ở một người thôi thì tức là cái quả của người ta thì nó sẽ ở một cái mức độ là nó vừa phải. Nhưng mà khi mà ước mong cho tất cả mọi chúng sinh, tất cả mọi người đều có được một cái may mắn như vậy thì cái quả là nó sẽ lớn hơn rất nhiều và có thể là coi như là một vô lượng công đức ấy. Thì cái trong thì tức là như vậy, thì trong cái câu chuyện đó thì tức là cả người nhận và tức là cả người cho và người nhận, và khi là có một cái mong cầu như vậy thì nó sẽ mang được một cái công đức lớn như vậy. Nhưng mà nếu như mà chỉ có là người cho đi mà người ta sẽ nhận được quả thì nó vẫn là một cái quả là lớn như vậy, hay là nó sẽ chỉ là ở cái quả mà nó sẽ nằm ở cái mức độ là chỉ giúp đỡ một người thôi ạ? Đấy thì em đang có một cái băn khoăn là như vậy, nó hơi rối.
Thì em cứ hỏi bằng tiếng Anh, nhưng mà để không làm dối thì em đừng nhắc lại cái quan điểm cũ nữa, em hỏi về cái khía cạnh mới này em muốn biết ấy.
Dạ vâng ạ, vâng vâng. Yeah. Continue from what John have said. I would like to ask more about this case when the giver do when the givers do the good thing for a person, they can get back the good result, but at a small scale. But when the receiver wish it for everybody, the result can get much bigger. So in this case, if only the giver get back the result, is it a big? I mean, it is a small result or a big result. So confusing. I'm sorry about it. I don't know how to.
Right.
Yeah.
I think this is not a useful line of thinking, because what is the benefit of trying to work this out? Which brings the bigger result in total? Some good result for the giver, some good result for the receiver, and the total good result is so much. Now, where does this take us? What is the purpose of trying to figure this out? And did the Buddha encourage this kind of speculation? Or are you trying to understand some point of Dhamma? Or are you trying to work out a theoretical or hypothetical total amount of good result?
I think she heard someone say about this, and she wondered whether it's true or not. And yeah, I think what she her main concern is that the receiver, even though he thinks about many people, but that is in his stream of consciousness, and because what she heard is that it also increased the merits in so she wonders whether it's true or not true. Thank you.
So what is true is that kusala consciousness will condition more kusala consciousness in the future. It accumulates, just like attachment accumulates. If there's attachment now, then it accumulates. If there's dosa now, it accumulates. And it's the same with kusala. If there's kusala now, it accumulates. And if it accumulates sufficiently, then it may condition kusala deeds that are capable of bringing result. But that's all that can be said. It's not useful to try and work out, for example, how to maximize the kusala in that situation or whatever. But it comes back to the basic principles that we discussed earlier, that the kusala consciousness of one individual accumulates more kusala for that individual. And if it's strong enough to bring result, it brings result for that individual and not for anyone else. So the more useful thing to consider is whether and to what extent there is kusala, rather than thinking about the results that may follow from having kusala citta. Because kusala consciousness is better than akusala any time. So we don't have to think about what consequence it may bring. Kusala is not harmful for anyone. It's beneficial for the individual, and it's non-harmful to anyone else. So that's all that one needs to know about it, really. But furthermore, what is even more important than thinking about kusala of giving and receiving and so on is the understanding of what is appearing at the present moment. Because that is the special part of the Buddha's teaching. The benefits of kusala were known before the Buddha became enlightened. They are always available in the world, but only from a Buddha can the teaching about the true nature of present moment realities, that is, of this life, be heard. So, again, which is more important, but I take I thank Tambak for that explanation, by the way, because I know you're only passing on something you've heard and you're wondering if it's correct or not. But I don't want to just say right or wrong, because that's not particularly helpful. I'd like you to understand what the situation is in regard to that question you're asking. So if a similar situation occurs in future, you will be able to you'll be able to have confidence in what is right and what is wrong.
Dạ đây thì đó là một cái câu chuyện và một cái quan điểm và con muốn được làm rõ và nên là con hỏi thôi, chứ còn về bản thân con thì con cũng không có nghĩ đến những cái tình huống như vậy, hoặc là cũng không nghĩ đến là mình sẽ phải làm gì trong cái tình huống như vậy ạ. It's just a point of view from a person, and it is just a story. So I would like to it to be clear. So I asked about it, but for me, I don't think about the situation, and I don't think about what to do if I am in that situation.
I have a question for you, Miss Ha. What is vipaka now? Because you mentioned the vipaka for receiver and giver and so on. What is vipaka at this moment?
Tại cái khoảnh khắc này thì con đang có cái tâm nghe pháp, và con có cái thấy, thì cái đó thì nó là tâm quả. Now I am listening to Dhamma, and I am seeing people in the discussion, so it is the vipaka chitta.
What is the vipaka chitta? Is it I am listening, or what is the vipaka chitta?
Con cũng không biết giải thích như thế nào, nhưng mà bây giờ thì con đang được nghe, thì cái tâm nghe của con thì bây giờ thì nó đang là tâm quả. I don't know.
Ý của cô Sarah là cả cái câu chuyện là em đang ngồi nghe thì là quả, hay là chỉ là cái tâm nghe thôi?
Because we agreed before there's no I to see, no I to anything. There are just different dhammas. So what is the vipaka chitta now?
It's listening. It's the listening chitta.
Okay, hearing, moments of hearing. Is the hearing now kusala or akusala vipaka?
Dạ, nghe pháp thì là quả thiện, nên bây giờ nó đang là tâm quả thiện ạ. Listening to the Dhamma is good, so it is the kusala vipaka chitta.
This is our idea, but actually the moment of seeing now, the moment of hearing, the hearing doesn't listen to the Dhamma, it just hears sound. So hearing now is vipaka, thinking about what is heard, thinking about the sound, thinking about the meanings, thinking about the Dhamma is not vipaka. That is reflecting on the Dhamma, kusala chittas, maybe some attachment also. That is not vipaka. So the vipaka is just the moment of hearing, gone. The moment of seeing, gone. So brief. Who can say whether the seeing at this moment is kusala or akusala vipaka? We may say, oh, because we're seeing our friends on the screen and it's a Dhamma discussion, it must be kusala vipaka. This is a long story. It's not the understanding of vipaka. So the seeing now, no one knows whether it's kusala or akusala vipaka. It doesn't matter. It's just the result consciousness that is gone instantly. And what is the cause of the kusala vipaka, if it is kusala vipaka now? Is it anything that the receiver did in the past or this or that? Or is it just the result of kusala karma in the past?
Dạ, đó thì cái quả bây giờ thì theo con nghĩ thì nó chính là cái dòng tâm để mà nó kinh nghiệm cái quả đó, cái quả là những cái gì họ đã làm ở trong quá khứ á. Um, I think that there's no one to experience the vipaka, but there's consciousness that experience the vipaka that was done in the past.
Yes, so the consciousness, just the seeing now or the hearing now, is vipaka, result of kusala or akusala karma in the past. And then each moment of vipaka is gone. And the kusala or akusala follows can accumulate until it's strong enough to perform deeds that will bring results in future. So the vipaka is just a moment of experiencing, that's all. It's not, I am listening to the Dhamma, so it's kusala vipaka. This is not the understanding of vipaka. So this is why we listen and consider more about different Dhammas, so that there is less thinking about different situations. Oh, this must be a good deed because of this and that, and the others rejoice and share and so on. But the understanding now has to be of seeing now, thinking now, sound that is heard now, different realities conditioned in different ways. So the vipaka is just for a moment and then gone. What we wish for, we wish to have good vipaka, but seeing now, we don't even know if it's kusala or akusala vipaka, because it's just a moment, unimportant and gone. So this is why Ajahn stressed at the start, there needs to be more understanding of what appears now. Otherwise, everything gets a little mixed up and confused. So I think it's time for Ajahn to add a little more to your topics or any topics.
Same question again. What would you like to understand? Or what would you like to talk about? Or what would you like to know? None at all?
Dạ, con học Pháp nên là con muốn hiểu về sự thật, nhưng mà đôi khi thì cái tâm của con thì nó vẫn cứ chạy theo những cái câu chuyện, là nó cũng do nó cũng có cái sự tò mò và dính mắc ở trong đó. I study Dhamma because I would like to understand about the truth, but sometimes my mind still chase after the stories because of my curiosity and attachment.
There is only one reality or many realities.
Dạ, tại mỗi thời điểm chỉ có một thực tại duy nhất ạ. At the moment there is only one reality.
What is it?
Ví dụ như tại cái thời điểm này thì con đang có cái nghe ạ. For example, at this moment there is a reality of hearing.
Hearing. Only hearing, or there is also sound which is heard?
Dạ, có cả âm thanh là cái được nghe ạ. Yes, there sound.
So there are hearing and sound, is that right? And in truth, there are more than that, but we learn to understand What is that? Little by little. For example, there is hearing. Hearing arises to hear. Is there any reality arising with hearing? To be conditioned for hearing to arise.
Dạ con dạ theo con hiểu thì là làm duyên cho cái nghe sinh khởi thì nó sẽ có cái tâm nghe, cái nhĩ căn với cả âm thanh ạ. Ờm, ơ, chị Tâm ơi, cái nhĩ căn thì nhĩ căn là gì ạ? Yeah.
Yes, sense.
Vâng. To yeah there are realities to listen, there are realities such as the theta of hearing, the sound and the ear sense.
Okay, is it yours? The essence, is it yours?
Dạ nó không phải của con mà nó chỉ là một cái nó chỉ là một cái nó là sắc do nghiệp sinh và nó làm duyên cho cái việc nghe ạ. It's not mine, it's just the rupa conditioned to the hearing.
What condition essence to arise? See, little by little, learn to understand what is there a little more. To let go the idea of it's mine, or it's me, or it's someone, or something. It's so true. Without understanding the truth, it has to be taken for I, or someone, or something all the time. So this is the way to begin to understand what is there. It's not permanent, and it's conditioned to arise to be only that as its condition, its proper condition. It cannot be different from what condition it to be. So now you know what the hearing is. See? Now,
Dạ con biết về mặt lý thuyết, về ngôn từ thôi chứ con chưa có cái sự hiểu thực sự về nó ạ. I just know about it through the theory and the words, not the truly understanding.
begin to understand that it's only a conditioned moment. It just arises to here only and then gone. So very instant. So now there is sound heard, there must be hearing, hears, two different realities in life in a moment of hearing. Each moment is different by conditions. So learn to understand no matter what, the thinking about situation, attachment, or wanting to solve, or wanting to have, all are conditioned realities. Because it's so real, it's so true at that very moment. But without understanding, it's taken for I and someone, or life, different situation. That's why learn a little more, because it's so difficult, so very subtle. It cannot be known instantly, because even is that it needs more and more careful considering to let go the idea of atta, someone and something, the word of atta, but in truth, Buddha realized that it's the word of anatta. So have the understanding of the difference between atta and anatta. Begin to understand what is meant by anatta, not atta. So what is atta? Something or someone. While in truth, whatever is there now gone, never to arise again. That's why there can never be any atta at all. But when there's no understanding that this moment gone instantly all the time, very quickly from moment to moment, and that can be known little by little. It's not just the word, but it's the word of truth of this moment. Seeing is different from hearing. See? How can the seeing be I? It's just there and then gone. And how can seeing be I? It's just there and gone. Be truthful to the truth, little by little, to have no doubt, little by little, about what is there. It's not anything. It's only that which appears, but not as it is. Until right understanding understands, it's the world of seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, touching, thinking. No one. Can it be known? When it's there, little by little. If there's no hearing at all, can there be any understanding of it? Because it's not there. So what is there now can be known, can be studied, can be realized, because it's there right now. It's this Dhamma. Are we talking about Dhamma? Not anyone, not anything, but the ultimate truth of what is there as it is. Never lasts, all gone instantly. But each one can be known, so it can be realized when right understanding develops on and on and on, stronger and stronger, clearer and clearer, until it appears as it is. This is so precious to understand the truth from the very beginning until the moment of realizing the truth of it as it has been known or studied or heard about now. It's not there at all. One moment is different from the other moment. Never be the same by conditions. Would you like to understand more about this? See? To be truthful to the truth. Or would you like to talk about other things? So what are you
Câu hỏi.
interested in?
Dạ, con quan tâm đến giáo pháp và con muốn nghe về sự thật ạ, nên là yeah, I care about I'm interested in the Dhamma and I would like to know about the truth.
So now, what is not Dhamma?
Dạ không ạ, tất cả mọi thứ đều là pháp ạ. No, everything is Dhammas.
Okay. Is seeing Dhamma?
Dạ có, yes it is.
Thinking is Dhamma. Everything in life is Dhamma. So we are now studying Dhamma little by little to understand and have more confidence that it's Dhamma. No matter what, it is a Dhamma. Because Dhamma is real. Any reality which is there real is a Dhamma. That's all. How many kinds of Dhamma are there?
Dạ, cái điều này thì con chưa được biết ạ. I have not got to know about it.
How many categories of Dhamma is there?
I'm sorry, I have not got to know about it.
Is there Chitta?
Dạ có ạ. Yes, there is.
Is there Cittasika?
Dạ có ạ. Yes, there are.
Is there Rupa?
Dạ có ạ. Yes, there are.
So what Rupa is there now?
Dạ con chỉ được biết là có sắc do nghiệp sinh với cả sắc do nhiệt sinh thôi ạ, chứ còn con cũng không biết nhiều hơn ạ. Chị Tâm ơi, chị dịch giúp em cái câu đấy, tại vì em không biết cái sắc như thế nào.
She said that she only knows the rupas conditioned by karma and the rupas that are conditioned by uttu.
But what is Rupa? Is there a Rupa right now? A kind of Rupa? Because Rupa is the reality which cannot experience anything at all. So is there Rupa now? How many kinds of Rupa are there now? Little by little. That is the studying what is there. The reality which is there as it is. Is there any Rupa right now? Not just there are Rupas, but is there any Rupa?
Dạ, con nghĩ là sắc thì là những cái thứ gì mà chúng ta đang nhìn thấy, nhưng mà bây giờ con nghĩ là sắc là những thứ mà con đang nhìn thấy, nhưng mà vì là con chưa kinh nghiệm trực tiếp được, con không kinh nghiệm trực tiếp được các pháp, nên là những cái gì mà con thấy thì nó cũng không phải là như nó là, mà nó là ở dưới những góc độ là nó như là các cái hình dạng và các cái đồ vật ấy ạ. Um, I think that rupa is what the eyes are seeing, but I cannot experience the dhammas as it is. So they still appears in front of my eyes, like the objects and the shapes and colors.
So what is Arupa now?
Dạ con không biết ạ. I don't know.
Just to make
Câu hỏi.
clear for you, Ms. Ha, Ajahn is not asking you, is there the understanding of a rupa now, but you said that there are shapes and colors, so there must be the visible object, which is a rupa appearing. Otherwise, there wouldn't be shapes and colors. Is that right?
Yes.
So
Even though we don't understand, for example, we know that sound is being experienced now, even though there may not be direct understanding of the sound, because we are hearing someone talk. So we know there must be the experiencing of sound, and sound is a rupa. So we can say there's sound now, even though it doesn't appear to understanding.
Dạ, thế thì con có thể nói là bây giờ là có sắc âm thanh thì có được không ạ? So can I say that there is a rupa of sound now?
We can say there must be sound. It's an assumption, but it's a reasonable assumption to make because we are able to hear someone talk. Yes. Anyway, I'll let Ajahn continue the questioning, but I think there was some misunderstanding about what Ajahn was asking you. Please continue, Ajahn.
To be truthful to the truth, is there sound?
Dạ có. Yes, there is.
What is sound?
Dạ, âm thanh là sắc ạ. It is rupa.
Why is rupa?
Dạ, tại vì nó không phải là danh ạ. Because it is not nama.
Why is not Dhamma?
Dạ, tại vì nó không kinh nghiệm được cái gì ạ. Because it cannot experience.
That's it. Whatever arises but cannot experience is the characteristic of a reality, which Buddha used the term rupa, applied to any reality which arises but cannot experience anything. So what else is rupa besides sound?
Dạ, ví dụ như là sắc nhãn căn ạ. It is I rupa.
I sense, em định nói là I sense đúng không?
Tức là bà hỏi là bây giờ ngoài
I
ra thì có...
sense, em định nói là nhãn căn thì nó là I sense.
Thế còn sắc nhãn căn với là I sense hả chị?
Khác nhau gì đâu.
Yeah, it is I sense.
Why do you say I sense?
Because it cannot experience. Dạ vì nó không kinh nghiệm được ạ. Because it cannot experience.
Would you like to know the Pali term for it? To be precise, the word in Pali about that reality.
Dạ con có muốn biết ạ. Yes, I would like to know.
Chakku is the word for eye, and pasata is the special rupa, which only visible object or the reality that particular one can impinge on it through condition, seeing to see it. Without the eye's sense of chakku pasata, or without the rupa which impinge on it, there will never be seeing at all. Learn to understand how anatta or dhammas are one by one. So, where is the chakku pasada? See, not outside the body, right? Not on the forehead.
Dạ.
See, so there are many rupa, several rupas conditioned by different conditions. Some by utu, and some by kamma, and some by ahara, see, and some by chitta. All about what is there now, each moment, not understood before. To learn to understand the meaning of Dhamma, all are Dhammas, every reality which is real is a Dhamma, different ones. That's why actually in truth, it's only the moment of whatever arises by condition and gone instantly all the time from moment to moment, years and years ago, up to now and on, all are Dhammas. So no matter what happened, each moment, each reality is Dhamma. Is that right? We are studying Dhamma about the realities which experience the object, not I see, not I hear, not I think, not I like, all are Dhammas, different ones, by condition. This is the beginning to understand the truth, the ultimate truth that Buddha had realized. That's why the word Buddha is not just ordinary right understanding. It's the understanding of the ultimate truth, which is there hidden, unknown. From life to life, if there is no realization of the Buddha, the one who has such level of understanding of Ariya Satya. See, that's why learn to understand what is there little by little. Before hearing, there is no understanding at all about what is there. But the moment of hearing about the truth of what is there, learn to understand the nature or the truth of it, as it's just a reality, conditioned by its proper conditions to arise. Otherwise, nothing can arise at all. Begin to understand, no matter what is there in life, each moment is conditioned by different conditions. But there has to be the understanding of the truth. A Dhamma arises and falls away by conditions, from birth on and on and on, to death and on, to birth again and death again. It's that now we are talking about. To understand a little more of each moment, to have confidence to the truth. Nothing is permanent. Seeing gone, hearing gone, whatever is there now, gone, arises and falls away all the time. Is it true? Nothing is permanent at all, no matter it's attachment or aversion or ignorance or feeling or memory. All are different realities by condition, not permanent at all. Anicca. Have you heard this word? Anicca, dukkha, anatta. Are they now, this moment? Anicca, dukkha, anatta. It's not far away, it's right now. Anicca now arises and falls away. Dukkha, would you like anything to be like that? On and on, non-stop? Is it satisfactory or is it unsatisfactory? Cling to that which is not there anymore, because the wrong understanding take it for being permanent. It seems like it's there, but in truth, nothing is there at all. That's why we learn to understand one reality at a time, to realize the truth, the first level, intellectual understanding. Seeing now is not seeing a moment ago, and that which hasn't come now is there as now, and then gone, past, so past, present moment, past, and then future moment will come. Are we learning to understand a little more of the truth, or is useless? Or is the only way to realize the nature, the ultimate truth of life now, each moment? learn about the Nama, the Rupa. The Nama is Nama, the Rupa is the Rupa. No I, no one at all. Is it worthwhile to have such understanding of life anytime? Does anyone cling to that which is not there anymore? So thinking that it's there, but in truth it's not there. It's gone. What is ignorance? It's
Dạ,
there.
dạ, dạ vô minh là không hiểu về sự thật ạ. Yeah, ignorance is not understanding of
Understanding, not able to understanding when it's there. It's ignorance. No understanding of the truth. For example, right now, there is seeing. No understanding of the truth of seeing. That it's there by conditions. Just arise to see only. Only. The function of seeing is to see only. It cannot like, it cannot dislike at all. So it's a reality. But when there is hearing, considering about seeing a moment ago, it's not seeing now. And then seeing now gone, seeing now again, not the same moment as that which has gone. See, each moment is gone unknowingly from the moment of birth and be a child and a young woman or man and an old woman or old man and then death, all gone, never to return. What has been done in this life cannot be remembered when death is there, not being this person anymore, even just a split second moment. And new life begin again by condition. Just to see, to hear, to smell, to taste, to touch, and think. That's all. From day to day, from year to year, until it's time of death. Again, all gone, lost, never remembered, never be remembered at all. Do you remember yesterday event? The moment of eating, the moment of dressing, the moment of hearing, the moment of thinking, all gone. And tomorrow, no thought about this moment where you are sitting right now. Tomorrow you sit again here, but not the same one. Different one, different moment. Each moment, different one, unknown. But still think that I sat yesterday and I'm now sitting, and tomorrow, who will be there? It's still I. Just sit on this chair again. See? But in truth, nothing is permanent at all gone, never to return. So we learn more about the truth. This is the ultimate truth. What is there is conditioned just to arise, perform its function, and then gone. How can it be someone? It's gone. So now it's not I am sitting, I am hearing, but it's the reality which is conditioned to arise in a split second and then gone. Each moment, so very quickly, gone. Learn to let go. See, little by little, the idea of self, the idea of something permanent. Because in truth, even now, it's not permanent at all. Can anyone make it permanent? Not far away. Just be there. To be for 2 moments. Never. Only 1 moment at a time. Just one. Very brief, very short. Is that true? Begin to be truthful to the truth. True to the truth of seeing right now. Of whatever is there right now. Never come back. Never return at all in samsara. Only once in samsara. Never be the same. Is it true? Only that. Nothing to do. Nothing to be done. Just understanding the truth. And understanding works its way. Understanding more and more. Clearer and clearer. Deeper and deeper. Not just the word that it arises and falls away, but right understanding can understand deeper and deeper to the moment now, arising and falling away, by way of nimitta. See, a little more understanding of the truth of life. What does it mean by the word nimitta, or by nama, or by rupa, or kusala, or akusala? It's not just a word. It's real, it's there by condition. No one. Is that true? Begin to be true to the truth, that's all. To understand the truth has to be being true to the truth of what is there. Seeing is not hearing, so they cannot arise together in a moment. But one arises and falls away, and the other arises and falls away from moment to moment so quickly. Is that right? Understanding is different from ignorance. No understanding of anything at all. No understanding of seeing right now. No understanding of touching, of sound, of taste, or of whatever that is there in life. But begin to understand much better. To live with understanding. When there is more understanding, it sees the danger of no understanding, ignorance, which condition unwholesome moments. Is the Dhamma now?
Câu hỏi cho Hà đấy.
Dạ có ạ. Yes, it is.
What is it? See? A little more understanding. Otherwise, it's just only there are Dhammas. But what Dhamma is there now? A little more understanding of different Dhammas, little by little. So, until all are Dhammas. At moment of giving, is it Dhamma?
Yes, Ajahn.
And that which is given is also Dhamma. Is that right?
Dạ đúng ạ. Yes, it is.
So, all are Dhammas in life.
Dạ đúng ạ. Yes, it is.
Is it firm enough now? No one, no thing, only different dhammas. Sound cannot experience the object. Is it my voice?
Dạ không ạ. No, we can't.
Is that sound?
Dạ có ạ. Yes, there is.
Is that sound my voice? Or his voice? Or her voice?
Dạ không ạ, âm thanh chỉ là âm thanh thôi. Còn khi mà đã nói về giọng của ai đó thì cái đó thì đã là ý niệm rồi ạ. No, we cannot say that because sound is just sound, and when we recognize it's the somebody's voice, so it is the definition.
Is that moment of thinking also not I?
Dạ vâng ạ. No, it isn't.
See, beginning to have more understanding, firm understanding about no one in life. But it's just only intellectual understanding, right? Because understanding that seeing is not that which is seen is not enough. It's only the idea about that which seen and that which is seeing right then, different ones. But that is not enough. The reality which experiences the object is what we say seeing or hearing or nama, is that right? Just learn about the truth in words, by words. Seeing is not that which is seen, but is that which experiences the object which is seen. Is there understanding of this right now?
Dạ không ạ. No, there isn't.
Even hearing, considering that see is that which sees, no matter what reality arises to experience, it has to experience by different conditions. It experiences what that which is seen because they are conditioned for it to arise. The eye base, Jakku Pasada, and that which impinge on it. So whenever it arises to experience, it only experiences that which is there impinged on the others. And that is not sound. It's that we say whisper object. Is it better to know? And when it's better, and when it's better to know, it brings joy. Better to know now. No one, no me. Only different realities. The right cause, condition is proper, the right result, depending on the
And
cause.
so, Miss Ha, we can see it's only by hearing and considering more about dhammas are which are anatta, that there can be the understanding of the truth that the Buddha taught, and the attachment to stories you mentioned and the curiosity will never lead to understanding of the truth. So that's why it's so precious to consider more and more about the different dhammas. What are the dhammas in life right now? What are the conditions for those dhammas? all anatta. It's the only way.
Yes, and just a little bit back to your original question, Miss Ha. I think you could ask another more simple question, because something that is mentioned in the text that when a gift is given to very moral people like the Aryans or the Buddha, it has much more merits than other kinds of people. But I think, and so how come, the moral of another person can affect the result in the giver? That would be a question for you to ask.
But will it help her to understand the truth about this moment, here and now? So I think the point is that without the understanding about dhammas right now, nothing else can be understood. Otherwise, we want to find out about the details because of curiosity, but forget all about the truth at this moment, which Ajahn has been talking about and stressing. Otherwise, we keep looking for other points of interest or curiosity.
That's right.
As a way of avoiding what is here and now, seeing right now, what the visible object that's seen now, sound that's heard now, and thinking, endless thinking about what has been seen and heard. Anyway, we can continue next time, I think.
Thank you so much, Ajahn and John and Sarah. Anumotana ka. See you next time.